Hello and welcome to Home with Sarah Jane. Today I have a homeschooling video for you. I wanted to share what we are enjoying in our homeschool right now, whether it's supplies or part of our routine. I just really wanted to share with everybody what we are enjoying and having fun with doing in our homeschool. So if you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to two girls ages 10 and 14. They're in the 5th and 8th grade. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. I do really appreciate you. So I know that January and February can be really challenging months for a homeschool parent because if you're anything like me, you start to think about next year. I mean, maybe not everybody, but for me, I start thinking about next year during winter break. I know that seems kind of early, but that's how I am. And I start planning and prepping for that. And so I could kind of not necessarily get lazy, but I can get distracted when it comes to our current homeschool because I'm thinking about our future homeschool, if that makes sense. So it's really important to make sure, at least for me, that my kids are still having a good time in these kind of like distracted months for me. That they're still having fun, that they're still enjoying what we're doing in our homeschool. It's really important for me, for my kids to enjoy learning. And I know that not every day could be that way. Trust me, I know. But I want to do what I can to help my kids love learning. And these are some of the items that we are really loving right now that are making a difference in our homeschool. So you guys are probably sick and tired of me talking about games, but I cannot stress enough how much games have made a difference in our homeschool. So I'm going to start there. And I did bring a stack of games that we're really enjoying. But yeah, let me start there because, like, again, I have a stack. So this one, Possum, has made its way into our February morning basket. We have really been enjoying this one. So we actually started playing this, I think, in maybe November, December time, somewhere in there. And we just loved it. And I liked it, the concept of the game. It really does help with my youngest daughter when it comes to parts of speech and spelling. And that was the reason why I bought this game, is because I wanted something that was going to help in those areas. Now that we have her reading more comfortably and more confidently and at more of a grade level for her, I wanted to focus on parts of speech and spelling with her, and this game has helped us out a lot there, and she loves it. So with Possum, you roll the dice, and you have to create words using whatever you rolled, and you're looking to make words that are nouns, verbs, adjectives, and like a possum word, which their possum word is like a word that you make up because you couldn't make up a word with what you rolled. So you get to make up your own special word, use it in a sentence, and give like a definition and stuff like that. So it's just really fun. And again, I love that you're building words and you're learning spelling and parts of speech. So again, Possum, you've seen it before, you'll probably see it again, but it's one of our favorites right now, so it had to be in this video. Now, another set of games that we're really enjoying are the Guess in 10 games. You've seen these again on my channel. So, but these ones, we're not exactly playing these according to the rules. What I like to do is I like to almost use them as just like trivia cards, which is, you know, pretty much what they are, where you have to guess what they are. Let me just show you a card. It'd make more sense. But what I do is I use this in a way that my kids kind of go against each other. That sounds bad, but you know what I mean. They are racing each other to get the answer. So the card, this one is the states, the 50 states. So this is Louisiana. So it gives you some information, like buzzwords. You get clues, and then the kid has to try and guess what state you're talking about. Now, another thing that I like to do with this is pull out, another thing that made the list, is my ScrunchMap. We are loving ScrunchMaps right now, and I use this ScrunchMap with this game. I also have the ScrunchMap that is for the world, which we use with the countries of the world as well, the game. But this one, it's a ScrunchMap. So again, what I'll do is we'll take this game. My kids will have to try and figure out what state we're talking about. Whatever kid gets it first, you know, kind of like gets the point. And then they have to find it on the map. So again, we are loving these Guess in 10 games and this ScrunchMap together. It's really making a difference. They're getting geography. They're learning about the states, you know, and again, this map, like its name, it just scrunches back up and it goes right back into its little bag, and it takes up no space really. Well, little bit of space. And it's just fun. We keep this little ScrunchMap, or I have two. I keep both of our ScrunchMaps on our homeschool cart downstairs next to our morning basket, so that when we're playing games like this, they can find it on the map and it just kind of all works, you know. So we're really enjoying the ScrunchMaps and the Guess in 10 countries and states of America games. So these have been a lot of fun together. And these ScrunchMaps I use all the time. So even when we're just doing a history lesson, I love these things. I am really loving these in our homeschool, because I used to have like a map and it would get all messed up, and then the laminated ones would like peel, and you know, but so this one so far has been working really, really well. So on top of our Guess in 10 games, we are loving ScrunchMaps. Now another game we're loving is Racco. I've showed this before. It's a really, really fun game. I find myself playing this game with just my husband, and we still really enjoy it just as a couple playing against each other. But this is a 4-player game, or up to 4 players, and you just have to basically put your cards in order from lowest to highest. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, we just love it. So, and you know, good math skills. Another game we're loving is Dabble. Now, we do not always play this game as it's intended. The way you're supposed to play it is you get 20 tiles, and you have to create a 2-letter, a 3-letter, a 4-letter, a 5-letter, and a 6-letter word using your tiles. And every so many minutes, you get to exchange a certain, you know, you get to exchange tiles that you can't use. And the first person who gets all 6 words screams Dabble, and they win. Now, what I like to do with this is we'll play the way it's supposed to be played, but we'll also play with, okay, let's focus on nouns. Let's make nouns on here. Let's make verbs on here. So this does help us with parts of speech. Lots of fun. So we are loving Dabble. Now, these ones. Why is bingo so fun? Like, there's just something about bingo that my kids love, that I love, and these bingo games are beautiful. So this one is Australia's Deadliest Animals Bingo, or Deadly Animal Bingo. We're loving these bingos. There's quite a bit of them from this company, but they're just a lot of fun. They're really beautiful, and I have a whole bunch of them to show you. I'm going to show them all, I guess, that I have, and I did just order another one. I am about to go into a no-spend February, but I never shared my second semester homeschool haul with anybody. So you will be seeing a homeschool haul, but just know none of the stuff I bought for this homeschool haul is actually from February. So I didn't break the rules yet there, but I actually bought another one of these bingos. I bought a tree bingo. It looks great. I can't wait to get it. But yeah, so these are really beautiful. And again, this one is Australia's Deadly Animal Bingo. And then I also have the Dinosaur Bingo, Dog Bingo. Can you tell we really enjoy bingo? Bird Bingo. Now, Bird Bingo, I'd have to say, is probably one of our favorites. We love this one, and I think that this pairs so well in the springtime when you start seeing those birds come out again. So we love this one. I think we probably played this one the most out of what we have right now. And then also Cat Bingo. So again, I bought Tree Bingo. I cannot wait to get it. But these are the bingo games that we have been loving. Again, we just got done doing like, we're not quite done. We're almost done with our January morning basket, which is book and a game a day. And that's when we started pulling these out again and realized how much we love these games. And they're just so much fun. My kids love starting the day with the game. So that's why it's made our favorites. It's just really made a huge difference to our mornings. Now, another thing that we've really been loving in our homeschool, this is just like, when I bought this, I did not realize how much we were going to love it, because it's literally A wheel. That's it. It's a wheel, a colored wheel. We use this in like every subject. So let me just explain that a little bit. Now you can write on this wheel. If you see it's kind of shiny, you can write on this wheel, am I saying that right? Wheel with a wet or dry erase marker and then spin it, and you can use it to help your kids study. So I remember one time what I did was I wrote different years on the different colors, but every year that I wrote down corresponded or correlated with a war throughout history. And so when we would spin the wheel, it would land on a certain year, and they'd have to tell me what war was that. And you go, what war was going on in, you know, whatever year, in 1812, you know? So this has just been a lot of fun. Again, we use it for history. We've also made our own little like Jeopardy games with this, to where we'll put subjects on here, we'd spin it, and then either myself or my kids would create questions, and we would play a game kind of like Jeopardy. So that's been a lot of fun as well. I've also just put numbers on here, like 5, 10, 15, 20. My kids would spin it, and then I'd be like, oh, you got 20, you have to do 20 jumping jacks, you know, to help with like physical education and just to get them, you know, exercising when the weather's bad. But we have used this wheel for so much. This wheel has really, really helped me out. I could see myself saying that this is a favorite for a long time. And we have used them in the past when they were younger as well, but we just started using the wheel again and have just been loving it. And it's just, you know, we use it to study, we use it to make games. It's just fun. I love the wheel. Oh, and this wheel, you can like turn the top and take this little piece off. If I could ever get it. There we go. And then if you flip it over, it has more, you see, like more little sections if you need more room. So that's another thing that I really like about this wheel, is that you can adjust it too, like if you need more sections. I'm gonna have to put that together. I'm dropping everything later. But yeah, so that wheel has been a lot of fun. We are loving that in our homeschool. And again, you can use it for so many different things. I mean, there's not one subject that I can think of that we haven't used it for. So definitely a favorite in our homeschool right now. Now, this one again is something that I shared before, but my daughter, my daughter loves microscopes. We have so many different types of microscopes, but right now what's really at the top of our list for microscopes and science for our homeschool are these pocket microscopes. These are just so much fun. She loves these things, and there's like a light on them as well. But these are just so much fun. I mean, so much fun. They could zoom in and out, and you can get a clear picture by moving the little, you know, doodad. But what she's been using with this is just going outside when the weather's nice and finding things and exploring. But when the weather's not so nice, I've been leaving out these pre-made slides. Again, I've mentioned these on my channel before. I did just buy some more. They're going to be in that homeschool haul that you'll see. But these pre-made slides are a lot of fun as well. And it's just, you know, it's something that we go through phases. Like, she will play with this and look at these and experiment and have a lot of fun with these, and then she'll like forget about them and, you know, like something else, and then all of a sudden it's like fresh and new again. So we're in that fresh and new phase again with these pocket microscopes. But I mean, these have been used daily, almost daily for like the past month, and she's really been using it. And again, I do have these pre-made slides, and I do have like empty slides that she can make her own. But I just ordered 2 more boxes of pre-made slides. Yeah, so she's gonna be excited about that, but I'm excited to see what's in them because I didn't really pay attention to that when I purchased them. But yeah, I'm excited to see. All I know is that it's not the same box that I currently have, and she will love them. So now the next thing that I've really been enjoying in our homeschool is, and my kids have been enjoying this one as well, my Sprocket. I received a Sprocket for Christmas from my sister. Oh, it's like, I don't know, I love it so much. I have so many ideas that I want to use this for. All this is like, it's like a little printer, and it prints out pictures from your phone. And I think the images are 2x3 images. Like, let me just show you the picture. So this is one that we printed out. This is Indiana Jones, my daughter's bearded dragon. This was a picture I took on my phone. Well, all I did was connect it here and printed this picture out from my phone. And it's a sticker, so you could just peel the back and you could stick it in and make your own, you know, what are they called? Photo albums, scrapbooks, or it could just be like a sticker that you want to put somewhere. I'm loving it. I'm kind of thinking about doing our own little like science picture book where I could take pictures of my kids doing their science experiments or just, you know, days throughout school, and having almost like our own little yearbook with this. I'm loving it so much. And it doesn't take ink. You just get, you know, the little paper fillers, these little paper filler things to go in here. We're just loving it. My kids are loving it. They're using this as well, with my permission though, because I don't want them to go crazy. But my kids will have me print out pictures for them, and they'll make little, like I said, scrapbooks or little like little journals and stuff where they can put their pictures in there as well. So this has been a lot of fun. It's been making a huge difference in our homeschool because it's helping us document all of these fun things that we're doing. So just, this has been a huge win. I'm so glad I got one of these. And again, it was a Christmas present and I was just like not expecting it. So when I received this, I was just so excited. It's been huge, a huge win in our homeschool recently. So again, I just love it. I'm at a loss for words. I just love it so much. And there's so many things that you can do with it too, to like help you remember parts of your homeschool, or just making fun stickers for your kids out of photos of them. Love it. So, okay. Another thing, now this is something that my kids have really been loving, and this is a light up trace pad. So, I didn't bring the cord, so it's not going to light up for you, but it does light up, and they're able to trace images and stuff like that, and they just really, really enjoy it. They do a lot of this during like read out loud time, and the just times that I'm reading to them or we're listening to like an audiobook. Even, you know, after school, they just love to draw and trace things. So this light up pad has been a huge win. I can't remember. I think I got this for them in their December box last year. Pretty sure. And it came as like a flip book kit. So, I'm holding it upside down. There we go. Better. But no, my kids have really been enjoying this. I do think though, I wish I would have got one that was a little bit bigger, like more the size of a regular piece of paper. That's something that I am going to be looking into, but I can't do it yet because I'm going into a no spend month. So, I do wish I would have gotten one that was a little bit bigger so that my kids can trace like full-size pages instead of just the flipbook stuff. But my kids are still loving it. It's still been a huge win, and it keeps them like busy without being distracted while I'm reading to them. So it's been a win in our homeschool. So another thing that has been a huge win and something that we're really, really loving in our homeschool is sketching and drawing. So this happened without me realizing that it was going to happen, and I didn't plan this or anything like that, but I did buy a set of markers for each one of my kids. I don't know who's this. Okay, I dropped him. I don't know whose this is, but there's reptiles on it, so I'm guessing it's Lydia's. But I bought these like dual pens for my kids. Oh my gosh, they are loving these. Oh my gosh, I just dropped them all over the ground. No. Okay, hang on guys, hang on. Okay. I'll use the ones I dropped. So these are these dual pens. Really, really enjoying them. But they have like this like almost like paintbrush almost tip on one side. And then it has like this really fine like outline tracing tip on the other. Again, it's going really well with the trace pad, and my kids are really enjoying these pens in our homeschool. They use them all the time. They are loving them. And another thing to kind of go with the trace pad and the pens that my kids are loving, this giant sketch pad. My kids received these sketch pads from a family member for Christmas, and they love them. I mean, it's giant. It's 11 by 14. It's a hardcover. It's bound like this instead of like the spiral, and my kids are really loving it. I am not quite sure where they got them. I'm gonna have to ask them and see if I can link them or whatever, but my kids are loving these. And the way that we're using this in our homeschool is not only just, you know, sketching and drawing during read out loud time, but this one is my oldest daughter's book. So my oldest daughter, how she's using this is she will draw a picture, but then on the back of the picture, she will write a story explaining the picture. So she's actually using this for like writing and writing stories and getting creative, and it's just been so much fun. So here's another one that she did, and as you can see, it's like Mario characters, and then she will write a story on the back of that page about those characters. So she's just been really, here's Miss Piggy, and then she'll write some kind of story or information about Miss Piggy. So this has been a huge win for us in our homeschool. Again, it's something that I didn't think about doing, and it just kind of happened. And when she started drawing, I was like, oh, well, is that like what's the story behind your drawing? And she goes, oh, Mom, I'm going to write that story on the back so that, you know, I'll have a story about what this drawing is about and I won't forget. And I was like, perfect. Awesome. I love it. So this kind of happened by accident, but we are loving this in our homeschool. It's been a lot of fun. And again, I have some ideas cooking up in here for maybe some summer learning, using sketching and stuff like that. I'll share that with you when I kind of like finalize our summer learning. Again, it's not even February yet. Like February is a couple days away and I'm already thinking about the summertime learning. But anyway, again, these giant sketch pads are a huge win. Now, the last two things I have to actually show you are some subscription boxes. My oldest daughter is loving Mel Chemistry. So this is from Mel Science, and this is the chemistry box. They have a couple of different, I think they have like physics and, you know, and stuff like that. But she is loving her Mel Chemistry subscription. Now, in her science that she's been doing, she uses Bookshark. She does not like the science experiments from the Bookshark curriculum, but she likes the curriculum itself. So what we ended up doing is switching her experiments over to Mel Chemistry, which don't exactly go with everything that she's learning about, but still, like, she enjoys these so much more that it makes her want to do them. So she is just loving the Mel Chemistry box. She did tell me that she is considering like maybe getting a couple of different boxes from Mel Science to just kind of have a little bit more option as well. But this has a couple of experiments in it. She gets a box once a month, and she just does the experiments usually on Fridays, and it just makes a huge difference because, again, the science experiments that came with Bookshark have not been her favorite. She says that they're boring and she doesn't like them. Not to talk bad about Bookshark, because I love Bookshark. It's just the experiments that she doesn't like. So when we started adding it, whoa, I said that weird. So when we started adding in Mel Chemistry, she loves it, and it puts a smile on her face. She usually does these with my husband. She can do them on her own, but anytime she's like working with fire or anything like that, my husband's right there. And she's been enjoying doing these experiments with her dad. So these have been a lot of fun. Now, my daughter, when I asked her what's one of her my youngest, I almost said my 5-year-old. Oh, I don't have a 5-year-old. My 5th grader, who is 10, and when I asked her, hey, what's one of your favorite science, or not science, what's one of your favorite homeschool things that you do? She said her Atlas crate through KiwiCo. So this is an Atlas crate. It's got kind of smashed up. My dog stepped on it. But she's really loving her Atlas crate from KiwiCo. The Atlas crate, basically, you get a box every month that's themed from a different country. So this one that she just got is what? What did she get? It says Hola, so it's some kind of, oh, it's Peru. So she got a Peru box, and then inside it just comes with a few different, you know, crafts. Some of them come with games, and just like little things that she can put together on her own that are a lot of fun. So oh, and they have recipe cards in here and stuff that we do sometimes try, and she loves that as well. So my youngest really is loving her Atlas crate from KiwiCo. So this has been a huge win as well. Now, the last few things I wanted to talk about aren't exactly things, but things that we are doing that we're really loving in our homeschool. And one of those I kind of already touched on, and that was the book and a game reset that we kind of did. So for the month of January, we did a book and a game each day. Love it. I feel like it was such a good morning basket theme for us because it reset the tone for our homeschool. It gave us happy, fun mornings, and it made us ready for our day in such a different way than what we were doing before. So just coming back to games and stuff like that has made a huge difference. We're loving that right now. Now, another thing that we're loving in our homeschool, this is one that I'm loving. My youngest daughter is really loving this as well, is that I prepare, I have 2 homeschool carts, one downstairs, which is a large one that that holds all of our homeschool stuff that we do by the dining room table. But then I have another homeschool cart that's smaller that's upstairs in my library. And I prepare those carts differently according to the time of year. And right now we have our winter cart set up to where all I do, I'll try and insert a picture if I can. All I'll do is I will get a whole bunch of extra crafts and activities and stuff like that that we haven't used or that we've used a long time ago but still have some left, like tie-dye, things like that. And I will just put it on this cart, and my kids know that anything that's on that cart they can go and get, they can do, and they don't have to ask me. They could just go ahead and go do all of that, and I don't have to do anything anymore because I already put it on the cart. So just having a prepared like craft cart or experiment cart has been a huge win right now in our homeschool. It's a busy time for me right now. There's been a lot going on. I've had a couple of days where I'm just under the weather. With some health stuff. And so having something already prepared for those days where I'm just scattered or not well has made a huge difference. And I'm loving that in our homeschool because it really gives me that chance to take care of myself, I guess you can say. So when I'm not feeling well, knowing that my kids have something that they can do hands-on on their own and it's already ready for them has made a huge difference for me. And it's also given my kids a feeling of independence even more, where they could just go and grab something and do it on their own. So we are loving the prepared, this one was our winter cart. We're loving the prepared carts. So that I'm loving, just having something ready for them without me having to think about again has been great. Now, another thing that we're loving, and oh, this is the last one. Another thing that has made a huge difference in our homeschool as well is we start our mornings with an audiobook. So we used to start with just a read out loud in the morning where we'll sit around the dining room table and I will start with our read out loud. Well, we switched it over to an audiobook to give me a little bit of grace in the morning. So what we'll do now is we start our day with our audiobook, which it could either be our book and a movie or just a book that my kids want to read. And I put it on, and that way, if I'm not done with breakfast while they're down there, we don't have to like delay our day, if that makes sense. My kids can sit down at the table, start sketching, maybe do some handwriting, start little lessons like that while listening to their audiobook, while I'm finishing up breakfast, while I'm doing dishes from breakfast, well, maybe I have to get something done in the morning. So just starting our day with an audiobook has been a really huge game changer for us. Now, we started doing this before and then we kind of fell off of it, and now we're back doing it. And again, it's made a huge difference to the start of our day. So what we'll do is, again, we'll start with our audiobook while I'm trying to, finish up whatever I'm doing in the morning. And then once we get through enough of that book, we jump straight into the morning basket. So it's just really helped our mornings. It's helped on those days where I'm a little sluggish, or my kids woke up and I'm not done preparing breakfast, or I'm not done with the dishes. It gives me time to get those things done. So those are the things that we are loving in our homeschool right now. I'm going to try and make these videos a little bit more frequently, but again, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But if there's anything that you're really sorry about that, I am back. My dog decided he wanted to try and ram the door to get in here. So it was super loud. Anyway, what was I saying? If you have anything that you've been using in your homeschool that you're just loving, whether it's a routine or an item, you know, certain supply, anything like that, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. If you have any questions, again, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you so much for stopping by. You have a fantastic day. Bye.